Most people see it as a simple stretch. Your dog wakes up spots, you lowers the front legs, lifts the hips, and holds that long familiar pose for a second or two. It looks ordinary, almost automatic, just muscles loosening up after rest. But very often that stretch is doing much more than warming up the body. It can be a quiet message. Dogs communicate in ways that are easy to miss because they rarely look dramatic. They use posture, timing, movement, distance, and tiny rituals that happen so often we stop noticing them. And one of those rituals is the stretch they do when they see someone they love. In many cases, it is not just about physical release. It can also be a soft social signal, a way of saying, "I see you, I feel safe, and I'm ready to reconnect." That is what makes this so meaningful. Your dog is not only moving their body, they may also be resetting the emotional space between the two of you. It is a transition from rest to relationship, from stillness to connection. And once you start seeing that a stretch no longer feels like a random reflex, it starts to look like the beginning of a conversation. This matters because dogs are constantly expressing deep feelings in small nonverbal ways. Trust does not always look like licking, jumping, or wagging wildly. Sometimes it looks like relaxed shoulders, a soft gaze, a stretch in your direction, or the choice to come close without pressure. These are the behaviors that often reveal the deepest bond. In this video, we're going to look at 10 subtle ways dogs show love, trust, emotional safety, and even protective instinct. The kind of signals many owners live with every day, but never fully decode. And once you understand them, you may realize your dog has been telling you something beautiful all along. Some of the most meaningful things dogs do are so subtle that they get mistaken for random habits. A quick lick on your foot, a head tilt when you speak, a decision to lie right in the doorway instead of somewhere softer. To us, these can look small, even insignificant. But in dog behavior, small actions often carry the deepest information. They are not just movements. They are ways of monitoring, decoding, and staying connected to the people they care about. PMC, take foot licking. Many owners call it affection, and sometimes it is. But dogs also live through scent and chemical information. Reviews of canine olfaction show that dogs gather enormous amounts of social and biological data through smell, and the vomeronasal system helps process certain chemical signals. So when a dog licks your feet or skin, they may be doing more than being sweet. They may be sampling sweat scent markers and changes in your emotional state. I'd be careful about claiming they can diagnose things like cancer from this everyday behavior alone, but it is fair to say they are reading you in a way humans can't. PMC. Then there is the head tilt, one of the most charming behaviors dogs show. Research suggests dogs often tilt their heads more when listening to meaningful human communication, especially familiar words or emotionally relevant cues. Some studies have explored left-right differences in how dogs process sound and emotion, but that part is still evolving. So it is better to think of the tilt as intense listening rather than a simple. Left means feelings. Right means commands, rule. In many cases, the tilt is your dog trying to hear you better, focus on your tone, and make sense of what matters in your voice. PMC. And finally, doorway blocking. Dogs often choose thresholds because those spots give them the best access to information. From a doorway, they can watch movement, track routine changes, and stay involved in multiple parts of the home at once. It is not always laziness. Often, it is strategic monitoring. Your dog is placing themselves where life happens, where they can keep one eye on you, one eye on the environment, and still remain part of the household rhythm. And maybe that is the deeper truth behind all three behaviors. Your dog is not just near you. They are quietly studying, understanding, and staying connected to your world. Some of the deepest things dogs feel are not shown through big dramatic gestures. They show up in tiny rituals that happen so often we almost stop noticing them. Take the bathroom bodyguard habit. Your dog follows you into the bathroom, waits outside the door, or lies nearby while you do the most ordinary thing in the world. To us, it can feel funny or even a little inconvenient, but from a behavioral point of view, it often reflects closeness and protective awareness. Dogs are highly attuned to moments when their favorite human is distracted still or less alert. Staying near you in those moments can be their quiet way of saying, "I'm here. I'm watching. You're not alone." Then there's the back turn, which many owners misread completely. When a dog turns their back to you or sleeps facing away, it often is not disrespect. It can be trust. In animal language, exposing blind spots only makes sense when the environment feels safe. Add in the way some dogs press their body against you while sleeping or place their nose toward the door, and the message becomes even more layered. You are my safety, and I'm still keeping watch. And then we come to the softer signs of devotion. A deep sigh when they lie down near you. A stolen sock or piece of clothing. A toy placed at your feet. These behaviors may look silly on the surface, but emotionally they can mean a lot. Your scent comforts them. Sharing a toy can be a social offering. Even the welcome stretch, that long play bow when you arrive, can be more than excitement. It can be a ritual of reconnection, as if your return resets their whole emotional world. That is what makes life with dogs so moving. They are always telling us how they feel, just not in words. If this gave you a new way to understand your dog, please like, subscribe, and share this video with another dog lover. And in the comments, tell me, which of these quiet rituals does your dog do most often? Sometimes the deepest signs of love are also the easiest to laugh off. A dog lets out a long sigh beside you, steals your sock when you leave the room, or drops a toy at your feet as if they're offering you the most important object in the world. To us, these moments can seem random, funny, even mildly annoying. But in a dog's emotional language, they often mean much more than they appear to. Take the deep sigh. Context matters. When a dog sighs while settling down near you, it often reflects release, a soft drop in tension, a sign that the body is letting go. But when a dog sighs while still upright and alert, it can mean something different. They are watching, processing, staying emotionally engaged with the environment. And then there's that heavy sigh some dogs give when their person finally comes home. It can feel like an emotional reset, almost as if the nervous system is saying, "You're back. Good. Now I can relax again." Then there is the so-called sock thief. Most owners treat this like mischief. And yes, sometimes play is part of it. But socks, underwear, and worn clothes carry one thing dogs value deeply: your scent. In its strongest, most concentrated form, for a dog, scent is memory, comfort, and closeness all at once. So when they curl up with your laundry, they may not be being bad. They may be trying to stay emotionally close to you when you're gone. And when your dog brings you a toy or even some random household object, that can be one of the purest social gestures they offer. In the dog world, sharing prized items is not meaningless. It can reflect trust, bond, and belonging, almost like they're saying, "This matters to me, so I want it to exist in our shared world." That is what makes these little rituals so moving. A sigh, a sock, a toy. None of them look dramatic, but together they reveal a dog who is not just living near you. They are loving you in the quietest ways they know. Here's the deeper truth behind all of this. The little things you do for your dog are never really little. Most owners think behavior changes because of training, age, or personality. And yes, those things matter. But what shapes a dog most deeply is often far quieter than that. It's the repeated everyday moments that slowly teach your dog what the world is, what safety feels like, and who they are inside your care. A soft look, a pause before touch, a chance to choose, a calm voice when life feels uncertain. These moments may seem invisible to us, but to a dog, they become the emotional structure of life itself. That is why these 9 rituals matter so much. They do not just improve behavior on the surface. They help reshape the brain from the inside out. They support calmer stress responses, stronger emotional balance, better adaptability, and a deeper sense of trust. Over time, your dog is not just learning routines. Your dog is learning identity. Am I safe here? Am I understood? Do my signals matter? Does this human notice me? And the answer to those questions gets written in tiny daily experiences. That's what makes this so powerful. You are not only raising a dog who listens better, you are helping build a dog who feels more secure in their body, more confident in their choices, and more deeply connected to the person they love. In a very real way, these invisible moments shape how your dog defines home connection and even themselves. So if there is one message to carry with you, let it be this: never underestimate a quiet ritual done with consistency and care. Because in your dog's world, those small acts are not background details. They are the story. And if that story is filled with safety, respect, and love, your dog will feel it in every part of who they become.